Welcome to another edition of Dining with Heroes. Stories of people, events, and places that will inspire and uplift you. Come and watch Dining with Heroes.
You are also a poet and a painter at the same time.
Yes, so it's like every painting that I do, I write a poem about it, or every poem that I make a painting out of the poem.
Which comes first?
Either way, so sometimes when I'm inspired to do a poetry, I write the poetry first, the poem, and then from there I do a painting.
What's your advice to those who would like to especially engage in coffee painting?
Just start, to start painting. The secret to success is, you have to start from somewhere. So keep on painting every day and try to discover different kinds of techniques. So you could mix with different kinds of techniques and try to study also some other artists and make it your own.
There are just too many things that I really want to accomplish. Like, gusto kong yumaman, mas yumaman. Gusto kong, I want to win that project, that contest. And I want to maybe create better relationships with the people around me. So, paano ba? Any proven tips? Hi, my name is Trixie Esguerra, and welcome to Positivitrix, your tips and tricks to keep you positive. Probably up until now, you are still rejoicing about that well-deserved queen from the Philippines who just won Miss Universe 2018, right? Ako din kaya, sobrang tong-tong-to. And so speaking of Miss Universe, Catriona Gray, why don't we look into her life and get tips from her on how you can actually have a better year. Okay? A few months ago, I was so honored to be in the same class with Catriona when she was actually preparing for her Miss Universe competition, right? And it was actually a Dale Carnegie class. Woohoo! I love this. We all love this. And every time she would be in the session, she would share her stories, personal stories, and she would answer questions in such a way that all you would do is stare at her and see the queen right in front of you. Ganon. And so, on day one, we actually did our own vision boards and everybody shared, right? And what Catriona shared, looking back, it gave me goosebumps because this is her own vision board. Let me show it to you. So this is Catriona's own vision board. This was May of this year. And with permission from Sir Dudes of the Dale Carnegie class in the Philippines, if you notice, every single thing that Catriona wrote and drew actually already happened, right? Or currently happening. And wow, like come on, it just took her months to realize all these things. But of course, with a lot of hard work in preparation, right? So here is a Positivitrix tip for you inspired by Catriona. Create your own vision board if you want a better life ahead of you. So a vision board is literally a board where you put all your visions, everything that you want to be, everything that you want to do, everything that you want to have. Whatever that is, as long as you believe in that and as long as it's really something that you really, really want, and then put that on your vision board. And of course, you want to be specific, right? When you say, gusto kong yumaman, like, what do you mean yaman? Is it like, do I give you 1,000 pesos and you feel mayaman already? Or is it like, gusto kong yumaman, give me 2 million pesos? I don't know. So you want to be specific with your vision boards. So let me ask you, what better gift can you give to yourself this new year? I can think of one, and that's a powerful vision board. So this week, why don't you start preparing for your vision board? Why don't you invite your family members to make their own as well? And you can actually do a family vision boarding session. Or if you think you're not so ready and you have a lot of questions, and then maybe you would like to join me on my next vision board workshop in January 2019. Whichever works for you. Remember, your vision board, when done correctly, can actually make you the next Miss or Mr. Universe. Can make you the next Mr. or Miss the best in whatever it is that you want to do. Mr. and Miss Millionaire. Thank you for watching Positivity Tricks, your tips and tricks to keep you positive.
Let's celebrate good news this week. Hi, I'm Trixie Esguerra and this is Good News Pilipinas Weekend Review. Top 5. More Filipinos have a positive outlook for the new year. Social Weather Station survey reveals more than 9 out of 10 Pinoys are optimistic in 2019. 92% responded with a positive answer. Click the like button if you're one of those 9 Pinoys. Top 4. It's official. Karina de Yondon from Bukidnon has the distinction of being the first Filipina to reach all the 7 highest peaks in the world. De Yondon successfully ascended Vinson Massif in Antarctica last December. How about you? What mountain, literal or not, are you willing to conquer this 2019? Top 3. 2018 GNP Filipino Pride icon Maine Mendoza is a role model to all women. Influential novelist and poet Lang Leave praised Maine Mendoza, the most tweeted Filipino celebrity for 2018, quoted Leave's line from her new book saying, "Don't stay where you are needed. Go where you are loved." That was very powerful. Don't stay where you are needed. Go where you are loved. Top 2. Miss Universe 2018 Catriona Grace Luz Viminda national costume will now be seen by a loving Filipino public. The national costume was first showcased in the lobby of National Historical Commission of the Philippines. The National Quincentennial Committee plans to display it through a museum tour this year. If you intend to see those costumes in person very soon, let us know below. Top 1. Time Magazine's Person of the Year, Maria Ressa, joined 10 other journalists from various news organizations in New York for the Times Square New Year's Eve ball drop. The Times Square's Alliance chose Miss Ressa and the journalists as the event's special guests to celebrate press freedom around the world. Just wow! Congratulations, Maria Ressa. With these achievements as your inspiration, just one particular contribution for the country would you do this week? Say, you're going to share more positive stories on your social media feed rather than the depressing ones, right? Or you'll take a moment to develop your passion or craft for the world to see in the near future. My friends, good news do not end here. See you again on Friday for more good news on Filipino Pride. I'm Trixie Esguerra, and this is Good News Filipinas Weekend Review.
So basically what's really interesting is the fact that, we use plastic bottles because making glass kind of molding is expensive, but this one lasts for almost 100 years. It takes you about, a couple of hours to drink a soda bottle, and this one is trash for the next 100 years. So it's a good waterproofing. We could use either motorcycle LEDs, or we can use this kind of solar LEDs. But here's what makes it different. We are using a screw type way where you could be able to put the parts with very simple tools. So just with 4 parts, you can already convert solar light. So here's the solar panel input, and this one with locally available parts. And of course, communities, women cooperatives can now build solar power products. So we believe this is the future by making it locally accessible, but locally repairable and locally scalable.
We're now going to make this out of bamboo. So this is a PVC one. In Morocco, they do it out of pottery. Around the world, there's even one that builds it out of coconut, bamboo. So what we do is we teach people how to use simple components that are available in the market to build their own solar lamps. Then they can rent it to other people in the village, make money.
Rent.
We have also mobile charging system that we can teach you how to build by hand, and we have street lights. So it's very interesting that solar is something that we make local. We make it also personal. So we go to schools and corporate CSR, and we ask people. What for me has been an inspiration, Gawad Kalinga, and ask people to build solar by hand, and then we donate it to these women cooperatives that rent it and make a business out of it. So largely built by the people for people. Give us 15 minutes for 13 and up, and we can teach you how to make a solar light that will last for the next 3 to 5 years. We had Chinese schools, we had Savior. We've had more than 5,000 young adults, 13 and up, and those with feeling adult, feeling young, as old as 80s, make the lights. We bring the lights that we make around the Philippines to give the lights, and they have letters so that they know that their lights built by hand truly affect somebody else. I'm Ilak Diaz. Watch our 100-day voyage of light exclusively here on Good News Filipinas. I'm proud to be Filipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!
good news this week. Hi, I'm Trixie Esguerra, and this is Good News Pilipinas Week in Review. Top 5. 2018 was a crowning moment for the Philippines. 12 candidates triumphed in different international pageants from February till December. Leading the batch of queens and kings is Catriona Gray from Albay, who won the country's 4th Miss Universe crown in Thailand last December. The Philippines remains a global pageant powerhouse, lalo na kapag na-discover ka pa. Top 4. New Year, New Crown for the Philippines. Kapampangan beauty queen Francesca Taruk won the Miss Tourism World 2019 Intercontinental in Nanjing, China. Francesca championed Filipino heritage with her red gown designed by Bench Lagiab IV. Top 3. A Filipino senior MRI radiographer has been recognized in the UK. Apollo Conde has been praised for designing Lego bricks to help first-time patients conquer their fear of going through a scanning machine. Today, Apollo needs 1,000 people and give a supporting vote so that Lego will consider his idea and make the design a reality. Are you willing to help? If you are, go to the Lego website below and cast a vote for Apollo Conde's open MRI idea. Top 2. Good news for Filipinos who want to work at home. New York-listed online education firm 51 Talk is set to hire 100,000 Filipinos to teach English to Chinese students. 51 Talk CEO Jack Wang stressed that Filipino teachers are the best naman and known to be naturally happy, delightful, and suitable for teaching children. Top 1! A first for a Filipino in the Golden Globes of Hollywood. Filipino-American actor Darren Criss won the Best Actor Award for his role in the American crime story series The Assassination of Johnny Versace. In his speech, the film actor dedicated his totally awesome Golden Globes victory to his mother, whom he described as a firecracker Filipino woman from Cebu. As we celebrate all these Pinoys and their achievements, may they serve as an inspiration to you and me. So this week, why don't you challenge yourself a bit? Remind yourself of your big dream that is yet to come true. Good news do not end here. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Good News Pilipinas TV, and follow us on the social media accounts. See you again next week for more good news on Filipino Pride. I'm Trixie Esguerra, and this is Good News Pilipinas Week in Review.
Let's take a look at what's happening in other parts of the world.
Hey, Rolf the dog here, and welcome to Dogs in America. Rolf, what? It's people in America. People, not dogs. Well, I think that's a huge mistake.
I always wanted to know, how is the art created? How do I make that character move and become alive? And that was always my passion. Here are some of the stories I've told for you. Tom and Jerry, Pink Panther, Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote and all of the Looney Tunes guys. I'm one of the guys that made up the Muppet Babies. And then there are these 4 weird turtles that kind of live in a sewer and eat pizza. Yeah, I've been drawing them for like, I don't know, longer than you've been alive. My job is making you smile. How cool is that? My name is Guy Gilchrist, and I'm Jim Henson's cartoonist, and lots and lots and lots of other stuff. I always say I didn't go to school, I went to work. completely became absorbed in anything that would show me how the art was created, whether it was music, telling a story, drawing pictures. I found out that there was a place called the Museum of Cartoon Art, and they were about to do the Muppet Show comic strip, and Jim and his folks had turned everyone down. They were about to lose the development deal on having the biggest comic strip of all time. So I just kept mailing more and more jokes in for a year, and finally the phone rang, and it was Jerry Jewell, head writer of The Muppets, and he gave me the job. The Muppets are all of us, and all of these characters really have such forceful personalities, you know. Every color, every size, every sort of person in the world, we're all a family. And we may squabble, but together we can do anything. Because you know what? We're all a little weird. And you know what? That's super cool. I'm a total old school guy. We have like 1,000 pencils, brushes, inks, paints, dyes, acrylics, gouaches, every kind of thing that you could ever think of, the same sort of stuff that people have been doing artwork with forever. And that's what I use. My favorite cartoon or comic is the one I'm drawing for you right now. It's the only one that matters, and that's my favorite thing. I started with nothing except an incredible mom who showed me how to draw, and this want and this desire to do what I've been able to do. I have this ability to give you something, and then what I get in return, it's love. Because you know what? A smile sometimes can honestly change someone's entire world. Making people smile, making people happy is what makes me happy. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making me the luckiest man in the world.
She's so active, and so I see how happy she is when we're at the gym and she's playing and she's able to, you know, jump through the hoop or go up on the balance beam, and she's very proud of herself, which of course then makes me happy.
4.5 years ago, we opened in June of 2014. We definitely got some eye rolls and some scratching heads when we told them, folks, we were opening a dog gym. But once you come in and you really see how people are working with their dogs, bonding with their dogs, and also getting them that exercise that they so badly need, it really does make sense.
All right, all the way, finish.
Oh, I got tired of getting cold or hot outside. I would freeze in the cold. He likes it, but for me it's cold. And he couldn't only do so much exercise outside. And inside here, we have all the agility equipment we would want to practice on, and it's air conditioned.
Left. No, right, sorry.
He tried, he did. I think everybody's getting in the gym and just trying to, lose some extra pounds.
And so, we as owners, maybe we want to give them the best food, we want to give them treats when they do something good, and before we know it, we might have a weight problem on our hands. And it's more than just running around, it's really that mental stimulation piece. So the more you're making them think as they're working, the more you're going to tire them out more quickly.
It's a lot of fun. Love seeing him jump around and play with the other dogs here and see what all the other dogs can do, so then we can learn from that and try to teach him that too.
The whole basis of everything we do here is that it be that mental stimulation, that physical stimulation, and that owners are really working with their dogs. I've had some folks tell me they're just as tired as their dog when they leave.
Good boy. There you go, Big.
Good boy.
Good evening, John Hopkins.
It's stand-up comedy night at Johns Hopkins University.
First of all, I'd like to thank my parents for not showing up tonight. Yeah, they claimed they would be here if I ever managed to make them proud. I guess we all know the answer to that question.
The stand-up students might be a little nervous at the beginning of their set.
Yeah, also, if you're a flat earther, are you like against global warming, but like the global part?
But the experience is invigorating. Their jokes bring lots of laughter to usually busy, often stressed out students.
My name's Ariella Layashua. That means my initials are ALS. I don't have ALS, that's just who I am.
But comedy, as club member Ariella Shua says, is serious work.
We workshop it, so you go through it. Whoever's reading will read all of their material, and then we'll go joke by joke and say what works and what doesn't. It starts as an individual project for yourself, and then it becomes like a group effort.
Writing jokes is really fun. It takes a lot of critical thinking. You know, it's like a process when you get from like this doesn't work to this works.
Since joining last year, I've started carrying a notebook around with me, and whenever I just have a thought in my head that seems like, oh, like this is strange, or I see something, or I overhear someone saying something really funny, like in the library or something, I just write it down.
Not everyone can tell that I'm Jewish, though. You know, even though my name is Harry Cooperstein.
Sophomore Harry Cooperstein says the club is a natural fit for his funny personality, and stand-up helps him work on the skills he'll need in the future as a neurosurgeon.
Elements of, say, talking to patients as a doctor, and I think that being able to script things or just have jokes like ready to go might help kind of smoothen those interactions or make you a better public speaker.
I've always had like these noodly arms and like tree trunk legs. It feels like they ran out of ink when they were printing me.
Since joining the club last year, computer science major Alex Hector Gomez has developed his own style of comedy.
Not always tell the truth. Sometimes it's just funnier to go off your imagination, which you can kind of like get stuck not doing if you just follow like what actually happened. Also, maybe don't always go with your first idea.
Despite the workshops and rewriting and run-throughs, some ideas just aren't funny. And just because the club members are students performing for their fellow students, Benjamin Mategudo says that doesn't mean the audience cuts them any slack.
If you were performing very bad on stage, you throw tomatoes at them. So what if we make that the whole concept of the show, where we just let the audience throw tomatoes at us? So we spent our entire budget last year on a big box of foam tomatoes.
So in addition to practicing stand-up, club members get lots of practice dealing with comedy critics. For writer Faiza El Masri in Baltimore, Maryland, Faith Lapidus, VOA News.
Thank you for watching Dining with Heroes. Until next week on the same time and channel, this is Dining with Heroes.